I know I'm not the only one who is feeling the fact that we are about 90 days away from a whole new year and is kind of doing a reflection of 2025 and maybe feeling like we could have done more. I feel like I could have done more this year. So I made a list of 3 things that I want to do before 2026, all in alignment with the visions and dreams that I have for the life that I want to build. And I thought I would share them with you today. If you're new around here, hi, my name is Olivia, and on this channel, I share about my journey in seeking a cozy life. If you've been around here for a bit, welcome back. I'm so happy to see you again. And today it was very, very spontaneous. I was literally just working in Notion and was like, you know what? I need to add to my action hub a recurring task that basically has today's 3 things with a little template. And then that led me to take my notes from my notebook and put them into Notion and kind of flesh out the 3 things that I want to do before 2026. And so I was like, you know what? I might as well just talk about it in a video and share. And here we are. So first off, I went with the number 3 kind of by accident. I was sitting here and I was like, 2025 is coming to a close before we know it. And even though this year has been so big for me in learning how to rest, listening to my body, slowing down and taking time to be present, have I used my time to the best of what it could have been? No. Have I doom scrolled? Yes. I have had to really start learning what the balance is between giving myself the space to rest and when I need to actually push myself to do things, even when I'm really tired or I don't feel like doing it. Like there is a balance there. And I know that as I begin to align more and more areas of my life and my health improves and like different things, like working in flow and being in flow will be more natural. But I'm kind of still in that limbo, like not limbo, but like in that in between where so much of my life does not align with my inner world. And so there's still a lot of friction and there's still a lot of self-doubt where, oh, did I use that as an excuse, like that headache or whatever? Did I use that as an excuse when I should have pushed through? Or, that kind of thing, because of the hardwiring that I'm so desperately trying to undo with the toxic productivity of always have to be doing things, like all that. And so anyway, long story short, I'm learning the balance of that. Every single day is so different. There are certain things I have routines for. Like I get up, I take Desi out, I feed her, I feed myself, those kinds of things. But otherwise, my energy has been so up and down that I've had to kind of forego the traditional Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday work week where I get up, I start work at 9, like all of that, and like really break out of that mindset for the first time in ever and literally let my body, like my energy levels, dictate when I work, which means it could be a Saturday afternoon that I'm like, oh, I have energy and I'm inspired to work on this thing. So kind of redefining that as well. Anyway, I didn't mean to get into all that, but here we are. That is 2025 for me. And so bringing it back to right now, where I am right now, looking to the next 90 days and the new year. I do have some regret that I have not done more with this year as far as my business, things like tangible, I put my time into this and I am reaping the benefits kind of thing, or I did this thing and now it exists in the world, that kind of thing. At the same time, I'm also really, really proud of myself for the progress I made here, because this is what matters the most. And from my mental state, my mental health, my understanding, my alignment flows everything. So it's a really, let me know if you get what I'm saying, and like maybe you feel the same way. Let me know, because I it's a struggle. It's a constant struggle for me. So I had a moment of energy and just like, dude, I want the last 90 days of this year to just go out with a bang. Like, I want to do the things. And so I sat down and I made a list, and it ended up being 3 things. And each one speaks to a different area that I have been like, oh man, I want to do this thing, or I want to have this be part of my life. Just like something like that. And so I'm going to read them to you and kind of share a little bit about where I'm at with these. And if you would like the stuff that I did in Notion to do this, like if you would like it for yourself, let me know, because I was thinking about actually adding this kind of like planning thing, like maybe like as a quarterly thing, because 90 days quarterly thing, to my action hub template that I'm working on. I built an action hub in Notion that mimics Sunsama, but don't tell them. And it has kind of the same like layout because it really clicks for my brain to work like that. And I was thinking that I could add this in there as part of the template. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know, because I feel like that could be a really cool addition to the Action Hub template. But anyway, let's dive in. So the first area of the 3 is launching digital products for my studio. So Kindred and Kind is, if you're not familiar, my web design and graphic design studio, where I work with holistic wellness practitioners to amplify their impact through aligned design. So that means website, branding, all of that, like all the things. And I really want to build an email list, like have my own community that is not dependent on the ever shifting algorithms of social media. Like I enjoy socials. I follow a lot of really great accounts, but it is moving too fast for me to keep up with as a solopreneur. And I decided, you know what? I have heard people preaching about the value of email lists for so long, I'm just going to do it. So, launch digital products for my studio. That basically is the funnel for my email list. So I want to create 1 paid workbook and then 2 free lead magnets. And the idea is to use the freebies to educate and provide value while also getting people into my email list where I can talk to them every month in my newsletter and give encouragement and inspiration. And because like these holistic wellness practitioners like give and give and give, I want to pour back into them. And I feel like a really nice like monthly newsletter with encouragement and just like a letter from a friend basically is how I'm approaching it, is a way that I can give back, I can educate, I can inspire, I can encourage, and get them in my world too at the same time. So it's a win-win. And so with those lead magnets, and then I also want to have 1 paid workbook, which I have actually been working on, and I'm pretty close to being done, I think. I don't know. I may change the focus of it a little bit as I've kind of been. Anyway, so, but yeah, I want it to be like a low ticket item, something to help these practitioners find alignment and areas in their business where there's alignment lacking, and use it as an opportunity, again, to pour into their lives, educate. They may not be able to afford working with a designer or, a coach or whatever, but they could get this workbook and at least get their journey started in this or enhance what they're already doing. So that's that. And use the lead magnets and that to like start building my email list. And then I want to post on socials weekly. I know those of you who are into social media are going to be like, oh, you need to post more. I am starting with baby steps here, okay? One step at a time still gets you to your dreams. So that's kind of my mantra. So I want to do weekly social media posts and then monthly email love letters. I don't want to call it a newsletter because it's going to be like a love letter from a friend. So that is area number 1. Area number 2 is launching Cosy Made Co. It's going to be my cozy home office kind of, I don't know. I mean, not just office, but like I'm also going to have like clothing, like the sweatshirt I'm wearing is a sample that I just ordered. I've been wearing it for about a week and it's awesome. So like I want to have like crew neck sweatshirts and then desk mats, phone cases. I also have samples for those. I'm so excited. I have been actually using my desk mats. Like I ordered one the first time that I was going to launch 2 years ago, and it was going to be under a completely different brand. And I'm so glad I waited because Cosy Made, like I love the name. Like I'm so excited. Anyway, so I want to finalize my launch collection for that, set up Shopify, and start sharing like on socials about it. Here, like I am right now, and then like on my Instagram, and just kind of like start talking about it because we're coming into cozy season, and I think that now is a really, really good time. Hopefully I haven't missed it, you know, but coming into like the holiday season, I feel like it could be really, really cool to have like some really nice, cozy, neutral, ADHD friendly designs that just kind of add a little something without being overwhelming. So that's my goal with Cosy Made. I want it to be cozy. I want it to be kind of like more on the minimalist side so that you don't have the visual clutter and distraction for those of us who are ADHD, like myself. I need that. Like I want pops of color. I want little details and like textures to add visual interest without going over the top and being like a solid, like full design on my desk mat. And I'm motioning here because this is where my desk mat is. So that's kind of the approach of Cosy Made. Think kind of Japandi, minimalist, like very clean, a lot of light colors, maybe some dark colors. I think I do want to do some dark colors too. Maybe some like magical, whimsical, esoteric kind of designs in there too, like for the witchy people, the cozy witchy people like myself. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking for number 2. And then number 3 is I want to finish draft 1 of Project Sunfire. I really do. So what that looks like is writing the second half of the novel, because I have about a little over 45,000 words and my goal is about 90. It may end up being closer to 100, but 90 is kind of like what I'm aiming for. We'll see. We'll see where the story goes. Like, I don't want to stretch it and have it be like boring. So if it ends up finishing at 80, like it is what it is. But what I'm aiming for is 90. So there's a YouTuber that I follow who writes, and she finished her draft, printed it out, and put it away for like 6 weeks and didn't touch it, and then came back and started the revisions process. So that's kind of what I'm wanting to do. I want to finish it by the end of November so that I can put it away, print it out, put it away, and then come January 1st, pull it out and begin doing revisions and querying and stuff like that. I was thinking about beginning querying this year, but the more I think about it, the more, yeah, I'm just going to take that off because I just need to focus on the writing. I don't, like, I've heard mixed things where you want to wait until you have the book finished to begin querying, or you don't have to wait until you have the book finished to begin querying. I have so much going on right now. Like, the first of the year is going to be some very big changes, and I can go into more of that in another video. But long story short, I need to have my ish together, and I don't have the time to pitch for my studio, build my studio, like do all that, do those projects, and try to pitch a novel right now. You know? So I'm thinking querying can be 2026. I just need to focus on writing and then also my studio and all of that on the, you know, on the flip side of all that. So those are my big 3 areas, things that I want to do before 2026. Launch my digital products for my studio, launch Cosy Made, my cozy brand, and finish Project Sunfire. Draft 1. So, there you have it. I feel like as I look at this list, like there's like a lot more involved. Maybe I bit off more than I could chew. I don't know. However, breaking it down in Notion so that I have a recurring task pops up every day that prompts me to put in like my daily, like today's 3 things. What is one thing that I can do today in each of these areas that gets me closer to the finished thing existing? You know? So that's how I'm trying to approach it. And it's going to look different every day. My plan may change every day. And that's okay. That was a lot. I hope that I made sense, and I don't know, maybe I inspired you to do this too. Let me know in the comments, because I would love to know. I would love to cheer you on. I would love to know that I'm not the only one who's kind of maybe in this in-between state. Please share, please share, please share. You know, I love to hear from you guys on this and normalize these in-between, these transition seasons, and it's just so much easier when you share the journey. I think I might do regular updates on this, like through the end of the year. Maybe use this as like my format to kind of spur content forward weekly, do like weekly check-ins. And in the meantime, stay cozy. I'll see you next time. Bye. Real quick, I forgot to say, if any of these things, working on my lead magnets and stuff and like email list, launching a product line, or finishing a novel project, if any one of these really stands out to you as something that you would be interested in hearing more about, please let me know. I want to do like a weekly check-in on this, like through the end of the year kind of thing. So like going through all three. But if you would like more information or like to hear me talk about more in depth any one of these, drop it in the comments. I forgot to mention that I have started streaming on Twitch again a little bit and doing like my gacha games. So like Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves. I would like to also do maybe some Sky Children of the Light, some Palia, like cozy games, maybe Town to City, stuff like that. So if you would like to join me and Desi over on Twitch, my name is Destiny Called. I'll drop the link in the description. But I would like to get on a somewhat regular schedule, or at least like consistently throughout the week, kind of stream like in the evenings. I don't know, we'll see. But if you enjoy cozy gaming and would like to hang out with me over there, please let me know, follow me, whatever, and I would love to see you in stream. So anyway, kisses.